Coming up, showdown averted at high noon.
Certainly capable of killing me.
Devil Joeys run amok.
Come on, mate. Down you come.
And some things show their appreciation in the strangest of ways. Tasmanian devils have been facing extinction since the discovery of devil facial tumour disease back in the mid-90s. Once infected, the disease signals the end for a devil. The worst thing about it is it's a long, lingering and painful death. On the upside, once the disease has run its course on Tasmania, that'll be it. The disease will be gone.
I'm on my way back up to Devil Ark. It's our conservation breeding project, and it's in the high country of New South Wales. We're breeding a disease-free population of Tasmanian devils that we can one day put back in the wild in Tasmania.
Along for the ride is a pair of devil joeys and an adult called Lara. She's been recuperating at the reptile park after sustaining a bit of an injury. It's a bit of a trek from the park up to Devil Ark, but it gives me some time to reflect on just how far we've come with the project. We broke ground back in 2010 and opened the facility with 47 devils in 2011. After 3 breeding seasons, we're now up to 180 devils. It's quite some achievement. I'm here to cover for Drew the Keeper, who is heading off the hill on a training course.
G'day, mate.
Hey, how you going, Tim?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
Drew has set a camera trap in a yard he thinks has a new mum. It's a female called Aggie. Devils usually give birth all around the same time, but Drew reckons Aggie's joey came late.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Well, that's nice. Surprise this late in the year.
Yeah, definitely.
Righto. Business as usual otherwise?
Yeah, business as usual. Watch out, though. It's been pretty warm during the day. I saw a huge tiger snake earlier in the week. So
I love that.
check this out.
What do you got?
Yeah, tiger snake devil, face to face, so.
Gee, did that end well?
It did, yeah. The snake went off, the devil went off, so, yeah, I think
Good.
all's well that went well.
All good, mate. Well, you need to get down off the hill anyway. I will see you tomorrow.
Cool. All right, catch you
Right,
later.
catch ya.
See ya.
Drew's given me some cameras to put into Lara's yard. She's the one that travelled with me from the park. I just hope she's accepted into the enclosure by the other devils.
And this is Lara's enclosure. It's enclosure 4. It's late afternoon. Perfect time to put a devil back into this environment. She's had a bit of a trip up and a bit of an ordeal in general, so I hope she's in good spirit. Doesn't blame it all on me. Hey, settle down. Settle down. How'd she go? There you go. That wasn't supposed to happen. I would have liked to have grabbed her and had a bit of a look. I know she's okay because I saw her at the reptile park, but she was keen and hopped off. That's a good sign. That's the second camera. The other one's over there. I've got them angled at that piece of roo on the ground. Now, Lara, like all the other devils, will be hungry. They'll come in tonight and feed. I'll get some photos, and what I want to see are good interactions, know that Lara's okay. All that's left now is to feed my mob. Henry and devils means that wherever I go, they go. And they're used to my house and the reptile park, but tomorrow I've got something a little bit different in mind. Yeah, I do. Come on. Let's go. Hang on for a minute.
There's no such thing as a sleep-in at Devil Ark. Morning rounds start early, and there's lots of ground to cover. Top of the agenda today is giving Mungo Boy and Scarlet their first taste of life on the mountain.
The joeys are used to a lounge room or an office, but their life is going to be here at Devil Ark and they need to know what it's like in the wild. So I've got a small pen today as a bit of an introduction. This is a safe one, but it'll introduce them to things a little bit more natural. This is a good little enclosure. It's got the native grasses, some logs to climb on, rocks, nest boxes. You're going to love it in here today. There you go. Oh, you're all right, aren't you? Come on, you got to have a look around. Wait and I'll get your brother. Here you go, little man. Here you go. You two get up to mischief. Go on. You're all right. That's Scarlet. Not quite as sure as Mungo Boy. You'd normally expect the female to be the bold devil. She'd be the one out having a look around, but little Mungo man has taken off. Here you go. You stay here with your brother, please. Oh, she's coming. See you a bit later. You'll be all right. Mungo Boy, come and get your sister. Second job of the day is an important one. It's the perimeter check. Now, we drive it daily just in case there's been a tree down or a breach, and we also set traps. Thankfully, we've never caught a devil in one, but they're the backup system. Hello, cheeky. Keep on going. Go on.
Walking the enclosures, evidence of the devil's natural behaviours is jumping out all around me. And you can't get much better than a latrine site.
Take a look at this. This is where all the devils in this yard go to the toilet here, and it's a communication highway. Now, what that means is devils will normally come here by themselves, one at a time. They'll normally leave a poo sample, and then they'll scent mark. And that's basically dragging their backside along the ground. They've got some scent glands down there. You can see a perfect one here. Another slide almost looks like a wallaby's tail or a snake track. That's a devil. And what I'm really happy about is these samples. We've got 3 different poo samples there. One is full of fur. One is white. That means this devil ate a lot of bone. And one's black, which means that this was a lot of meat. Now, that's what I want to see, because the diet we give them, they're supposed to have some roughage, like the fur and bone, and then just a good feed of meat. That's perfect.
Yesterday, Drew told me he'd seen Aggie and thought she was carrying joeys. We usually know about new additions to Devil Ark, but these joeys passed us by.
That's the camera. That means this is Aggie's burrow. This is where Drew saw her with a big pouch and thinks she's got joeys. I don't know how we missed her earlier in the year, but it'd be nice if we did and she's got joeys. It makes sense to me. The females always prefer wombat burrows, old, vacated wombat burrows, for maternal dens. You know, they go deep, lots of chambers. That means the joeys are safe, the female can defend it. That's great to see. And Aggie's not going to come out, neither are her joeys. I can't wait to see what Drew's got on that camera trap last night.
That's a snake.
Tiger snake. Look at that. Common up here. That's a big one. And that's a devil pen. Right there. That's what we don't want. That's a bad mix. That's the 4th most toxic land snake in the world. It means it's pretty dangerous. Certainly capable of killing me. And my main worry is these devils. That's a devil pen. There's a devil right there. And devil's not afraid to grab this and try and eat it. I don't want that to happen, so I'm not going to take it too far away, but I've got a creek that I want to take him to and let him go. That's it. All right. Okay. All right, I'll keep that there for a sec. that snake in. Now, you don't want to touch the edges. People get bitten through bags. They think it's safe, but the snake can bite through it too. All right, now I'm happy. A bit of cord. Here he is. That's the snake's head right there. People make the mistake sometimes of thinking snake's in the bag. Everything's safe, but it's not. If you put your hand on that bag, snake's able to bite through it. Tiger snake's fangs are only a couple of millimetres, but always got to be safe. I got a creek close by. That's good for tiger snakes. They love frogs, good habitat. Better than here with the devils. I'm going to take him there and let him go.
Removing snakes protects the devils and the snakes. It also makes our job safer.
This is a good spot. A creek means frogs, means food for tiger snakes. Good habitat. All right. This is the spot. We've got 3 venomous snakes up here in Barrington Tops. The tiger snake, the red-bellied black snake, and the copperhead snake. Now, I've seen devils eat 2 of them, and I got a feeling that devils, like some other species, honey badgers, wolverines, might have a bit of an immunity and can tolerate it. I'd rather be safe than sorry. Okay, there he is. Off you go, mate.
Out of harm's way, just the way it should be.
I've just come up from the morning rounds and I've brought with me the camera cards. Now, these were set overnight and we put one in Aggie's yard and one in Lara's yard. Now, the first one I've got to look at is Aggie. I want to know if what Drew thinks he saw, a big pouch, is Joey's, and we can catch it on here.
Now, the thing about Aggie, she's a genetically important female, so I'm really excited about this.
All right, so it's daylight here in the first image and there's no Aggie. OK, here she is. So it's almost 7 p.m. now. Aggie by herself. 1, 2, 3, 4 Joeys and Aggie. Now, the Joeys are good size, like a full-grown guinea pig type size. That is brilliant. That's pretty amazing to see, and, you know, because of the way it is up here, it feels like I'm looking at wild devils. Poor old mum's just sitting there trying to deal with 4 Joeys, and she looks a bit exhausted. All of our devils are important that they breed, but there are devils that are more genetically important, and that may be because the area they came from in the wild, their origins are now non-existent. The disease has wiped them out. It may be because Aggie is one of very few of her relatives within this program, and that means that we must represent those genetics or they're lost. So it's a really big and important achievement that she's bred.
And to top it off, Lara looks like she's been welcomed back into the group with open arms.
I'm really happy with what I've seen here. Lara's there feeding with another couple of devils, and that's as much as I could have hoped for.
We take every opportunity to check up on the yards and their inhabitants. Putting out the feed is a great time. The early risers are out, and there's more often than not someone with a few words to say.
This little fella's name's Scooter, and he was hand-reared last year, so he's a bit friendlier than most devils here. But he's turning back into a wild devil now, and while he's out, he's still pretty nocturnal, and I certainly wouldn't be picking him up. Hey, you are a good boy. You're a good boy. That's about as close as I'd like to get to him. Hey, oh, look at those teeth. Everyone thinks that's a yawn, but it's not. That's him saying, whoa, you come any closer there, Timbo, I'm gonna nail ya. Yeah, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. Come on, let's have some food. Come with me, mate. Here you go. food's weighed up into portions, about half a kilo, 500 grams per devil, and it depends on how many devils are in the yard. We put it on a stake like this and leave it there with a bit of cord. That means in the morning we can come back and see if it was all eaten or some was left over and remove any scraps.
If there's anything left over, we know we've got a problem on our hands. There's not a scrap of meat left unless there's a reason. Devils are the ultimate scavengers and will take any opportunity to grab a feed.
Hey, come back here. Hey, that's not for you. Not yet, buddy. Thank you.
See what I mean?
Cheeky fella. And devils have got one of the strongest jaws on Earth for their size. And this is a pretty good example of it. This was the pelvis bone of a cow. And they've actually chewed not only through that into the marrow, but they've demolished the bone. Look at it. Strong jaws.
That's 9 yards done. Each one has a starve day once a week. Remember, we want wild behaviours. And these guys wouldn't get lucky out hunting every day if they were in the wild.
That's as good as it gets, and as close to wild behaviours as you would ever see. We got a social group of devils. You know, they're supposed to be these aggressive, drooling monsters. But look, you know, that's peace and tranquility right there, feeding together cooperatively. They actually help each other pull bits and pieces off that meat. They couldn't do it alone. It's tough. Interactions like that are normal. What you'll see is they'll look fierce, really vocal, loud noises, but no one gets hurt. And devils use their little hands to eat. And the way their mouth works is they've got canines at the front. They'll sink them into the meat, pull a bit back, and then they've got scissor-like teeth that actually cut it off so they can swallow it. I'm gonna leave them be, let them get on with their feed.
Knowing Aggie could be with Joey's is a real bonus for us. She's a genetically important female, and it's important we see her family line thrive.
The only way to catch Aggie, or any of the devils, is with these traps. This is a pretty wild environment, so it's not like you can just walk in and pick a devil up. I'll find a good spot and just wedge it in. And the trap itself is small, and it's meant to be. It stops the devil from becoming exposed overnight because it can get quite cool here. And it's pretty simple. There's a pin here that drops through the front, attaches to a piece of string, and there's a bit of meat inside. So the devil goes in, bites onto the meat, and sets the trap off.
Aggie's the main objective, of course, but this will give us the opportunity to give all the devils we trap their preventative treatments.
That's the last trap. I've set 12 traps. That might seem funny because there's only 8 devils in here. But the thing is that devils are clever, cheeky, and little terrors at times, and you can get one devil that goes along and sets off a few traps before he's actually captured. So 12 traps will fix that. The devils are fed and the traps are set. It's been a long day. And just as they're waking up, I'm ready to crash.
Always get a good night's sleep up here. It must be something about the clean, fresh air. One thing you can always count on is an early start. After the perimeter check, it's straight to Aggie's yard.
Hopefully one of these is Aggie. Drew saw her with a full pouch. We've captured her on camera playing with Joey's. What we need to see now is that she's producing milk, and that's everything we need to confirm she's a mum. Looks like a female. Right.
Thankfully, Drew's back up on the hill. This is no job for just one man.
There you go. Got him?
Yep.
Big girl. Now that's not Aggie. This is Pippa. These treatments are normally used for cats and dogs, but they work for devils, and they're preventative treatments against the likes of fleas, ticks, anything like that, or internal worms. So it's a good opportunity to treat them, even though we're trying to get Aggie. We'll capitalise on that and make sure these guys are healthy. It's just a topical, so we want it on the skin. Off you go, darling.
Ah, that's what we wanted to see. That's just lovely. Lovely. Thank you, sweetheart. I can see you're a mum there, but I don't like that very much. Yeah, good morning. Do you want to take a chip there, please?
Yep, that's her.
Good.
That's Aggie.
Hello. We've been looking for you. Look at this. And the reason you can hold a devil by its tail is because it's strong. It goes all the way through the spine and down to the neck. Otherwise, we'd have to physically restrain her or put her under chemical restraint. I don't want to do that. This is a quick and easy process. But look at that. That's the teat that's in use of a female. Now we got 1, 2, 3, 4 joeys. That's a full pouch. There's only 4 teats. Best result possible. Not only is it a nice surprise that we found Aggie with Joey so late in the season, but remember, she's one of the most genetically important devils within the program, so this makes it really special. Time for me to get back to the reptile park. Always a pleasure coming up here, despite the hard yakka. These devils are something else, and it makes me proud to be a part of keeping them for others to see for generations to come.